Yeah, I mean, first you got to acknowledge what happened and what led to that loss, and then as soon as that's over, you got to move on. There's a lot left in this season, and right now it's a one-game season. We got to beat Northwestern.
How did the young guys react, in your opinion, Joe, this week? How have they bounced back?
I think we'll find out a lot more on Saturday. It's easy to compartmentalize on a Tuesday and Wednesday, and I think they've done a pretty good job on that. But we'll see how they handle and do the extra stuff in preparation when it comes to that time on Saturday when it really shows.
Specifically, special teams. How much more emphasis have you seen this week, or has there been more emphasis on special teams with what happened there in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, we always place emphasis on special teams, but I think there's an added emphasis in the little things of what we do. We want to focus on every little detail because the little details are what got us on this past Saturday. Mm-hmm. So we have to really lock in and make sure we turn over every stone and do everything we can do to make sure we don't repeat the same mistakes as this past Saturday.
Did that hurt? Did that loss hurt even more because of the way that happened? I know they all hurt, but I mean, they returned a blocked field goal for a touchdown.
Right. No doubt. I mean, like you said, any loss hurts. It's hard to really compare losses. I mean, they all hurt. But special teams, obviously I take a lot of pride in that, and it wasn't our best performance, and we know that, and that was a direct shot to our gut, and we got to come out and we got to respond and play well on Saturday in special teams.
Hey, Joe, Raekwon said the reason that the defense has been gashed on opening drives the past couple of games is because their team's coming off bye weeks.
Right.
Is there anything more to that? I mean, you guys buckle down once it gets to the red zone, but it seems like they move it pretty relatively easy until it gets there.
I mean, certainly when you got teams coming off bye weeks, they always have a couple of steamed up things that they've been preparing for, a couple of weeks because they think they got a couple of niches in our defense that they found. But we can't use that as an excuse. If we do things the way they're intended to do and fundamentally sound, then those types of things shouldn't happen. I think we just got to come out. We got to be ready from play one, not just when they enter in our 25-yard line or whatever that is.
What do you see in Northwestern?
I see a very good team, fundamentally sound. They play really, really hard, and they're really well coached, and they're going to come in here not scared of who we are or the name of Ohio State. And I know from 4 years ago they gave us a heck of a game and a heck of a fight, so I know what they're going to do for us.
Joe, explain college football to me that a team that gets beat by Western Michigan, which turns out to be pretty good, and then Illinois State suddenly gets its act together. Are they impressive on video? I mean, they've beaten Iowa, Michigan State, and Indiana back to back to back.
Well,
how does that happen?
Well, 2 years ago, we looked pretty terrible against Virginia Tech, and we ended up winning the whole dang thing. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that happen in between Saturdays, and not only that, but there's a lot of health things as well. So there's many different factors, and I think when you have as good a coach as what they have and as good of a program, you can tell that they keep doing things the way they're going to do it. They're going to have success. Mm-hmm. It's not a one-time thing. It's not a luck thing. They stayed the course, and eventually it paid off for them. It just took them a little longer. So I think people always know Northwestern's going to be good, and they're just a well-run program, and they're going to do what they do well.
What impressed you about Pat Fitzgerald? You brought him up. I mean,
you just look at what their team's done, and from before he got to where they are now, I think they're a completely different program, and you just look at the toughness and togetherness and how hard that they play. You're always going to deal with the fight, and you're going to do it for 4 quarters.
Joe, a team can survive one loss and win the national championship, do everything that you want to do. 2, tougher. Have you entered? You guys haven't really entered the must-win portion of the season. Do you sense that you guys grasp that, embrace that?
Yeah, well, I think this week the focus has always really just been we're playing Northwestern, and we can't really get ahead of ourselves. And some of that might have happened the past couple of weeks. Everyone's trying to blow up the game. But right now, we blocked off everything else. We focus on what's happening this Saturday. We're playing at Ohio Stadium. We've got a very good team coming in. And so it has to be the one and only focus of the week.
So the big picture is really the small picture?
The big picture is the small picture, that's right, yeah. The big picture is Northwestern right now.
Has Urban and the coaching staff been different this week, out of curiosity?
No, I mean, we're not going to change what we do. I think, obviously we've been very successful in the way we've done things. We just have to really go back to our training and our fundamentals and get back to what we do in a better way. We have to improve upon what we do, evaluate what went wrong, and then get it right for this Saturday because then our team's coming in here ready.